Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It's Wednesday, so that means it's time for a lucky dip. I draw my 4 items using a spreadsheet of random art supplies I've gotten over the years, either from art snacks boxes or the like, or like gifts from friends, any kind of non-standard, for me, art supply that seems like a waste to just let it sit there and never be used. So I use them, well, at least I try to use them all, through random selection using random.org, pull 4 numbers from my spreadsheet, and then what items does that correspond to. And I have been using this book to okay, what do I draw? I've been using this book and going through and practicing all the poses, because that's what this book is for. And I'm actually on the last pose, so that's super exciting. Oh, Exy, hello! Oh, thank you for subscribing again. Yay! Oh, and you brought my favorite Wingo. Welcome! How are you doing? I love that Wingo. I know, I tell you that every time. But just look at it. Me. That's that red beak. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get used to the Wingo. Exy says, I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking. You're welcome. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. How are you? I'm good. I'm getting through this last work week before my big vacation, so trying to keep the nerves steady. It was especially nice because yesterday was my monthly counseling session, so I was able to talk to my counselor and really dispel all the like negative feelings I was having. So now I just feel like excited and I know I'm prepared, so all I have to do is just like pack and check the things off the checklist, and I have nothing to worry about. So I'm feeling pretty good. Thank you for asking. So I've got all the items for this lucky dip. Interestingly, one of them I didn't have, but I had like a bigger version, so I'm just going to use the bigger version. I'll just go through in the order that I drew them. And I love it when this happens. I drew the numbers in order, like from big to small. And that's just completely random, but I love it when that happens because it makes it easier to scroll up or down the spreadsheet. So anyway, the first thing I got was these zebra mild liners. And I use mild liners a lot, actually. But these ones have the brush end on one side. And well, actually it's on this side. But these ones are exclusively in my art kit. And I don't use them like for my planner or anything. So I'll just show one of them. There's 2 colors that came in. I think this came in an art snacks box, but this one is the vermilion one, and it has the brush tip on one side, and then there's a bullet tip on the other side. So it's the same thing with this one is brown. So I think these colors go really nice together. I like this color palette. And then the next thing I drew was this manga pen set, but the item I drew I don't have anymore. I must have given it away because I was probably thinking, why do I need a set of 3 when I have this awesome set of 8? So after I drew this and realized that I don't actually have the set of 3, I deleted this item off my spreadsheet, but since I already picked that one, I just Googled which pen sizes are in the set of 3, and those are the ones I'll use. And so that was the 1, 3, and 5, I believe. There's a little pet hair in this box, and it's driving me crazy. Anyway, so here's the 5, 3, and then that's 8. So the 1 is probably on this side. Did I get it? Nope, that's the 003. Too small. There we go. So I'll just use these 3 to sort of be in the spirit of the, the random item that I actually drew. So yeah, these are just basic fine liner type pens. They are very much like these Sakura pens that I use all the time. It is a different brand. And so they work just as good and everything. It's the Kuretake Zig Cartoonist Mangaka ink line. And very amusing to me, the third thing I drew was also Zig Cartoonist, and it's just a big bottle of their ink, the Sumi Ink 60 specifically. So that's really interesting. I guess I will mostly use this for filling in or something, because I've already got liners from the same exact brand and line. So that was really fun when I realized that I got the same thing. The same. So like the brand is Kuretake and Zig is the line, I guess. Zig Cartoonist. I'm so confused about what each thing is, but anyway, I liked that. The last thing I drew was this iron lac double-ended marker. It says Tri-Grip. Tri-Grip twin marker. So it's Tri-Grip because it's sort of a soft triangle shape, which is nice for holding it and also nice for it not rolling away as easy. And just so, like my desk is actually at an angle. You can't tell because the camera is also at an angle so that it looks flat, but so that's why it's not rolling away. Yay. And then it's called twin also because it has two ends. So there's a, oh, I'll hold it over this white part. The chisel tip on one side, and then a bullet tip on the other side. And the color is supposed to be about what is shown here. I'm not sure because I haven't used it in a long time. But if it is about that color, then it looks like it would go really nice with these two. So we'll find out. Another thing that was with this one, in my spreadsheet, apparently it came with a dip pen, like a pen holder, a nib holder, and some nibs, but I didn't write in the spreadsheet what they were. So I just got out my kit that just has all of that kind of thing. So I'll just use whatever seems good. I have like these super cheapy ones that I keep getting in boxes. And then I have some, like, this one has a super nice soft rubbery grip, and then I have lots of different kinds of nibs. So we'll just see. We'll see what I use. Since it specified that it was a dip pen, I'm going to use these instead of using a brush. Okay, so I'm going to set this manga book off to the side for a second, because the first thing I want to do is test out all these items. Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. This was last week's. I think it turned out really nice. I really like it. That click art set of markers was really fun to use. Okay. So I got this open like this. Oh, I need to get my sticky off the front. Down in here. There. Okay. First thing I will test. I think I'll test all three of the markers, just to see what the colors are like together. And I'll test both ends. They're both double-ended markers too. That's interesting. This one is a brush, so it's got that nice. I love that. You can get a big fat one and then a little skinny one. And then this end is just a bullet, so it's all basically the same size. And there's a brown. It's so good. I don't just like how it goes thick and thin, but like when you go back over it like that, maybe my camera will focus on its own. No, it won't. Okay, let me press the button. There we go. I love this. Oh, let me get my finger back up there. I love these little triangles where it overlapped. And it does it. Oh, so satisfying. And it doesn't really show up when I do coloring because I don't color like this, so it's just so satisfying doing that little line. That test line. Oh, my camera not focused. There we go. Ooh, XE. Yay! Today I bought the materials for my plant shelf. Exciting! I completed the first shelf, but it got late to work, so I'll continue tomorrow. So, how many, that's something I didn't ask. How many shelves are there going to be total. So you completed the first one. I remember you said it was going to be pretty big. Or maybe... No, I remember it because I got my got my ruler out. Oh yeah, it's so true. Exie says it makes the lines look 3D. Yes, it's so fun. It's because it's not completely opaque, and then you just don't, when you do it like that with this end, it just doesn't have that satisfying. I think that's why it's so popular to do the hand lettering stuff, you know, and then like, and especially with a really big marker, and then people take a video of it because it's just so satisfying to see, and then you see those areas where the line crossed over the other line to make the letter. Oh, I guess I can write. These are, I'll just put mild liners. Mild liner. Mild liner, I'll put mild liners. Couldn't decide if I wanted to write it plural or not. Aha, so you're basically a third done then. There will be 3 shelves. 2 shelves and a top. Well, that's, and you could use the top as a shelf, so I guess it could be. So basically there's three lines like this total. And 2 will be enclosed, and the top is not enclosed. Okay. Sounds like I'm imagining it correctly. Wow. I feel like that's going to be really big. Hopefully you can, because I think you said you're going to put some pics on Twitter. I haven't checked Twitter yet, but, so if you put some on there already, I didn't see them yet. But, I'm very interested to see, because I imagine it being pretty big, to see how big it seems with 3 shelves, or with like 2 shelves and a top. Wow, I am impressed. I thought this marker would be super dry because it's quite old and I don't use it at all except if it comes up in a lucky dip. But that's pretty... Yeah, it's so juicy it went through the page onto this one. Okay, that was the big end. What? How can I... Okay, there it is. It says fine right there. I was trying to see how to tell which end is which. Yeah, I do think these colors go nice together. It is more, it makes sense because these are called mild liners, so the color is mild. And this Iron Lac brand, I'm pretty sure is marketing toward like graffiti art type people, so it makes sense that it would be a lot more bold. Not just like, it's even more so like, say there's some marker in the middle and the mild liners are on the mild side and this one's on the bold side because it's meant to be used for stuff that makes a really big impact. But still, the colors look really good. It's got a kind of autumny vibe to it. Oh, I want to write down what it is. The fine side. This is the... I'll put Iron Lac marker. I'll just put Iron Lac. I keep forgetting that I have this little sticky right here that says what it is. I don't have to write it again in full down here. Okay, the next thing, I will test this set of 3. I'll go from small to big. This is the Zig Mangaka fine liners. This is the 01, so I guess I'll write 01. And then this is the 03. Not too much of a difference. But I can see the difference, but it's so small that I don't think anybody would ever notice whether you used one or the other one. 05 though, I have high hopes. I'm pretty sure this is gonna look a lot different. Oh yeah, much bolder. This is awesome. Even though this is meant to be sort of a challenge, I still love it when I get stuff that I'm used to and it's really easy for me to use it. Okay, so finally the Sumi ink. think since my idea is to use it for filling, let's see, which one of these does thicker lines? I'm trying to remember. Does this say? Maru is the tiniest one. I can't remember if the Saji pen or the G pen does the bigger. I think G pen though. I'll try G pen. And this already has it in. This one's my favorite. I love this pen holder. It's so light and it's got like, I love this black, like whatever wood this is just has a really nice texture, and then little silver letters, and this cork handle is so nice. I love this pen. It's my favorite one out of this kit. Alright, it already has a G pen. Ugh. Okay, I can't open it over there. I need a little more strength. Oh man, it is really tight. It's because I haven't used it for a long time. I bet it's all, whew. I don't know if you heard that crack. It's probably all dry on the sides. Something else nice about this particular ink. Let me move it down so you can still see it. With this bottle and cap, the cap has these little, I guess I can hold it so you can see. There's a little groove so that you can lay your pen. So your pen doesn't have to touch the table if there's ink on it. It's like, that's such a thoughtful design choice. Like, I have never seen that on any other ink. And I have, I don't know, at least half a dozen different brands of ink. I'm looking over there at my collection of ink. And this is the only one that has such a useful, thoughtful little feature on it. And it'll just a little tiny little round cutout. So I love this ink. This is one that when it runs out, I will buy another one. Really love it. Okay, so let's try another thing. This is a nice wide, like, I don't think you can see. So many ink bottles come with this teeny tiny opening so that you're like trying not to touch the sides, because if you touch the sides, you can see on my pen holder, it's because I've touched the sides of the ink trying to dip. This thing is so huge, there's no way you'll ever have a problem. And then that also means plenty of light can come in so you can see how far you're dipping. And then the bottle itself is designed so it has a very low center of gravity, so there's very little chance of accidentally tipping it over because it's just a super squat wide bottle. I just can't say enough good things about this ink. It's so good. Oh, yeah. Exie says, I love such thoughtful designs. It's so good. Like, I don't know how much it costs, but if it costs way more than some other ink, I don't care. I'm gonna go for the thing that is not just a good ink, but a good ink bottle. And yeah, it's so nice. Ooh. Also, yes, I posted the day one on Twitter. Seems like I wrote the message and forgot to send it. So I'm sending it now. Oh, good. So I didn't quite miss it. Didn't quite. So like you sent the picture, but not the message that goes with it. Is that what's going on? Yeah, it looks good. Okay, I just realized. Oh, use my little pen rest. I need a paper towel so that I can wipe the ink off of the nib. Because it's troublesome if it dries on there and then you try to use it again. It's all gummy and it doesn't flow very well. Okay, got me a fresh shop towel, paper towel. I got a huge pack of these when I took my printmaking class. The professor likes them because they make less lint than regular old paper towels, and so I'm like, oh, that's a good point. So even when I finally run out of the huge supply, because in order to order it online, I had to order like a pack of 12. So I have tons of... I'm not going to run out anytime soon, but when I do, I think I'll stick with these instead of regular paper towels. Okay. Just trying to get inside of the... There we go. Because it really does, it like cakes on and then it'll make another layer and then it just, the ink doesn't flow well and then you just gotta stop, go rinse it off in the sink until until the water runs clear and all the crusty stuff has come off some. If you wipe the ink off while it's still wet, then you don't even have to worry about that. Okay, keep that closed for now. And... oh, I did not write... well, since it's the same ink, I'll just write... I'll write... Zig... oh, wait, this is mangaka. And this one is Sumi Ink 60. There. I don't know what the 60 is about. Does it say? Water-based, how to deal with if you accidentally ingest it. No, it doesn't say why it's called 60. That's a mystery for another day. Okay. Let me make sure. Okay, it is still a tiny bit wet where I did some real thick lines, so I just want to be careful about that. Okay. Stop rolling away. Boop. Next. So excited! It's the last pose in this book. Slide ruler. Why is it called that? I mean, obviously the person is sliding. Slide ruler. Is this a king or something? It's funny. Slide ruler. There's some sort of pun or something happening here. I want to just see what else is in the book since this is the last pose. So here's the next page is the list of everything, so you can see it all on one page, which is nice because then you can be like, oh, which one do I want to practice? Oh, this one. So you can see them all on one page. And these two are about there's two illustrators who worked on this book. This is about the publisher. I actually met this person at a convention in person, and I bought this. I believe I bought this book. No, it was a different one. I bought their other new How to Draw Manga book. This one I got for Christmas, but I met this person. I met this person too, the editor and publisher. Oh, okay, and that's it. Okay, so let's clip the book open. Where's my clippies? Okay, I think if I clip it down here, it won't cover anything. Yep. And then the other side, I'll clip at the top. Wow, I'll have the next 4 weeks to think about which pose book. Oh, I shouldn't think too far ahead though. It's so exciting starting something new though, so it's hard to enjoy as much. Like, it's hard to not get distracted by the anticipation of the new thing in order to fully enjoy the end of the old thing. Anyway, here is the final pose. Number 24, called Slide Ruler, says about this pose: fast and focused, sliding backward, right arm balances staff, okay, legs spread wide, hand, feet dig into ground. Okay, so that's what this stuff bubbling up here is, the ground going because it's going across the ground. notes about specific things. The neck is not visible. Makes sense, because it's like almost directly looking down the body from the top. And it says, although hidden from view, the back of the left leg determines the position of the knee. So it's the same thing that it has iterated multiple times, that just because you can't see it doesn't mean that you shouldn't think about it, because it makes a difference to the stuff that it's connected to. At the bottom it says only the toes of the left foot are touching the ground. Oh, only the toes of the left foot. It's hard to tell where I should put the emphasis. Only the toes, so this is what it's talking about. Only the toes of the left foot are touching the ground. The heel is raised above it. The right foot, though, is flat on the ground. Okay. And then on this side, just a couple notes. Adding movement to the hair and clothes gives a sense of dynamism. Definitely. And wrinkles on the clothes collect at the base of the thighs. Well, since the pants are all black, I guess what it means is that the hips here. I guess the base of the thighs is the hips. But that's got to be what it's pointing to, is this wrinkly part. Okay. Let's see. Almost halfway through the streaming window. So, without further ado, let's draw this. I think I'll start with the, hold on a second. I suddenly need chapstick. I have this one in my room. Bee Free Eco Lips. It's vegan and vegan chapstick, and it's lemon lime. It's very nice. I like it a lot. Smells like Sprite soda or 7-Up. Okay, sorry about that, but I'm always so dry. I'm very physically dry, so I always have to have chapstick nearby. And I drink plenty of water. I always check my water on my Garmin. I'm like tapping something you can't see. Here's my Garmin. I track my water on it. Okay, so I am going to use this teeny tiny 001 to sketch. And let's see. I don't want to make the head too big because the body is actually like growing out in almost all directions. So I'm trying to keep the head smaller. Oh, it's hard because it's black ink. I gotta try not to make too many extra marks or it'll get confusing. I'm just trying to draw these circles to begin with, to place things hopefully relatively accurately without drawing too much extra stuff, since I don't want to put too much down on the page and then get confused about what is what. Okay, so I've got all these circles, but now I've got to draw the outlines, otherwise I can't tell what I'm doing. So shoulder comes down into the elbow, and then down into the forearm. And then the hand is like spreading out like this, providing support. It's more like shh, because it's like shh. Man, his fingers must be getting all torn up. Although I guess if he's training all the time martial artist, his hands are probably all callous and stuff anyway. Thinking about random stuff like has nothing to do with drawing the character. Just empathizing with this character here, that's all. Okay. And then they've got the pinky kind of up a little bit and then disappearing. Okay. And then, wow, it's kind of hard to draw this. Okay, and then the calf is coming down and you can see the front part, and then this heel is lifted off the ground like they said, And the toe is bent. Okay. That was kind of spidery look, actually. Okay, and the jawline, the head. I just need to define that so that I know where to start this chest. Okay, and then back of the head comes out a little farther than the front of the head. There. Okay, good. And then the shoulders, so the shoulder is like way lifted. And down into the chest muscle. It goes back. Perspective makes it very small and short. So this is a bit troublesome. I'm going to use a ruler. Well, I guess first I'll draw the thumb. That should be alright. Okay, and the thumb comes down out like this. Okay, now. So it's actually tilting down this way a little bit instead of up. So I want to keep that in mind as I use this ruler to sort of draw the basic line representing this staff. Oh, thank you! Exie says, looking cool already. Yay! I am learning so much from these books. I'm excited to, I mean, I already said that earlier, but not just excited because of trying a new book and it's new and that's why it's exciting, but I'm excited because I am finally going through these books that I got to help me learn, and I just never found a time to use them, and then I figured it out last year. Oh, it could be a two birds with one stone kind of thing. It's working out so well. I mean, I have not had the opportunity or any reason to like draw an illustration that has a person in it. But because I illustrate mostly animals and griffins, and those are animals, they're mythological animals, but so that's why I guess it's actually really important to do this practice, because otherwise I don't have anything, and it's hard to draw people. They're actually really hard. So when the animals are a lot easier. Okay, the knee is about, I don't know if this is well visible. I'm looking at the screen now. Okay, you can see this. The knee is about at the same height as this ankle back here, so I'm going to use that. And then moving up, it's almost at the same, vertically, almost on the same vertical line as this. So it's just like, meow, meow. So the knee is right about here. Okay, and then the thigh is basically touching the, I guess the belly right there. And then, yeah, so this wrist and this ankle are about the same. Okay, and then draw this calf coming down. There's a knee. Very good. And then we got to get the hips in there, connect the top half to the bottom half. Oh, good. This is another sort of Spidey pose. Spidey doesn't usually have a pole in his hand, but so sometimes he does if a bad guy rips it up and then he catches it. It's because Spidey is so dynamic. He's got such dynamic moves. Yay! Okay, now to add the actual character design on it. This is just the body. I wonder if I should switch to the 03. I think I will. And I'll just go bigger, bigger, bigger. So the 01, we're done with the 01. Move on to the, is this the 03? Yes. It's a little bit hard to see because it's the shiny letters. So ironically, like, unless they are directly being shined on by a light, they actually kind of disappear into the it's a really dark, which is weird because you think, oh, it's silver, it's bright, but it's like silver reflects both light and shadow, and so if it's reflecting shadow, it becomes very hard to see against this. So actually maybe a mid-tone one would be better for seeing. But I do like, let's see if the camera can capture it. I do like on these, it's still not doing it. Come on, camera, you can do it. I know you've done it before. There we go. Look at the, oh, you can't really see it. You can sort of see it. Aha! It's sparkly. Whatever this super dark blue body is, it's got little golden sparkles in it. I really like it. Even if I can't read the letters on it that well without perfectly placing it. Okay, got this 03. Time to add the clothing. And here's a look real quick again because it's not going to be on screen. It's these sort of Chinese style kung fu clothes. I guess I'll start from the head first because that's on top of the arms, and the arms are on top of the torso stuff, and that's on top of the legs. So we'll work from closest to the viewer to farthest. So first thing is this guy's eyes. He's got interesting droopy eyes. And very small pupils. It's like shonen manga style. And super thin eyebrows. And you got little tiny eyelashes on the bottom part of his eyes. I actually feel like if this character has the potential to be the kind that I really like. Something about his looks make him seem like that kind of character. 'Cause he's got like, you know, like these eyebrows are so thin they look like they might be plucked. So maybe he cares about his beauty and the little eyelashes on the bottom. So maybe put a little mascara on or something. And yet he's like a super kung fu master or something. And like there's earrings on him and everything. Although you can't tell that yet because I haven't drawn it yet. But I love characters who are both strong and lovely. Like that they cultivate both sides. So not like that it's an accident, but like they care about both things. Because it's kind of boring to just be like big burly strong character or little dainty beautiful character. Let's have a big beautiful character. That's what I like. Those are the characters I like. Of course, we need all kinds of characters to make our fictional worlds interesting. So I'm not saying I want them to all be like that. But my favorites are often these types. If that's the type he is, I don't know. I'm making assumptions based on appearances. It's not good. It's a character, so it's okay. But I won't do it in real life. Yay. I feel like this is one of the closest approximations I've gotten to the face as it appears in the reference. It's because I've done this 24 times now. Oh yeah! Yay! Happy Women's Day! Yay! I think yeah, my Garmin gave me a badge for doing an activity on International Women's Day. So yes, thank you. I usually do I I feel like there's been in the past some sort of fitness event or something, like a road race or something that happened on Women's Day, but I'm not doing any races or anything this month, so I'm glad that my yoga counted. Because it's way too close to the vacation for me to like do anything else outside of my normal scheduled stuff. It's too stressful. How appropriate that it's International Women's Day, because it's that's exactly the thing I was talking about. Like, I guess that's how I like to be, because I like to be strong. I work on my I did my Ring Fit Adventure, which is basically like strength training, and I really would like to. My dream body is I forgot, Kusanagi. I can't remember her first name. Makoto? Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. Like, so strong, but still, like, it's, I don't know. Like, and then it's extra interesting because it has a completely artificially created body, and she chose to have a female body, and so that just was, I love that. It's inspiring to me, and so I would love to eventually get like this really strong muscles, but not comparing myself to a standard that I can't reach, which is like awesome, like Vegeta muscles or something from DBZ. I love Vegeta, but there's just no way I will ever get Vegeta muscles. So I can't look up to him as that kind of example. Okay, I've got the one sleeve done. Just working through this little bit by bit. This feels like one of the most complicated. I think it's because even though the outfit is relatively simple, the pose is really, really different. So it makes this simple outfit into a more difficult shape. And just hoping to capture it in a way that looks like it makes sense in my final drawing. So just doing it bit by bit, so I kind of don't know yet if it's going to come together. I mean, I'm sure it'll be good enough, but he has a wristband on here, but I made his sleeve too long, so that's just, there's not going to be any bracelet on that. I drew his sleeve all the way down to his hand and said it was supposed to be halfway through. Okay. Whew. Now, I can draw. I wanted to finish drawing his ponytail. It was like a long braid. I guess it's a ponytail because it's still coming out of the top here. Okay. This is going to be kind of hard to draw. Okay. Because it's not just a braid, it's like flipping around in the wind. And then it's smaller as it goes down. Oops, I completely missed that line. I drew it on the wrong plane. And then the tips of the hair, there's too short. So I braid my hair a lot. This is how my braids are. Most of the time is not out of the top like this, but just like coming down to the back of my head. Just one really long braid like this. And that's exactly how it goes. The end thing is just this little tiny bit of hair that was too short. Like some of them, I don't know how to explain it, but I guess what I'm trying to say is this braid looks true to life. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, I guess that's alright. Maybe a little bit more lines on this side. Get some more texture in there. Yeah. There we go. Good. Thank Thank you. Exie says, we all know it will look great at the end. Yay, I'm glad you had faith in me. Sometimes when I draw stuff and I'm like, oh man, it was going so well, and then it wasn't. When there's a reference image, it's usually at least okay. Like, even if it's not great, it's good enough. Okay, and then this is one of those sideways collars, I think, that like goes up to the neck and then it goes sideways from the neck down to under the armpit. So this line is going from the neck down under the armpit. Okay, and this is that part that they told us to look out for. Lots of wrinkles here. Yeah, it makes sense because I think this leg is coming forward, and so it would be making wrinkles because it's squishing up the fabric. Okay, and then there's even wrinkles visible coming around down here. Okay, this is going to be a little tricky. There's this split in the, what did you call that? The hem? The hem of the coat? Or but it's got to match up with the flap is coming up over the back. Or at least it's visible up over the back. And the same thing is happening over this way too. So like I guess it's one of those long ones that go like down to the knees. Go. And it's also got this line. Whoop. Okay, I guess it'll be easiest to draw this one first and just sort of like an S shape. Whoop. As it's flying up. Whee. And then, okay, I can draw it a little bit farther that way. Okay. And that comes up there. Okay. Okay, that's good enough. And then, what next? Oh yeah, the back one. So the point is right about here. So I just put that mark, and then we're gonna match it up like that as good as we can anyway. So that it's going, showing that it's going under the arm. And then it kind of goes 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, and then a sort of half one. This isn't exactly the same, but I think it's got the same. It's got the same vibes. That fabric whipping around in the wind. And then you can see, sometimes you can see the back side and sometimes you see the front side, so it's like flipping because of the way the wave is working. There. This is always the funnest part to me. Drawing this little line right here after you've drawn a curve for a fabric and then just boop, just draw that one line. It's so satisfying. I don't know how to explain why. I mean, I guess I don't have to explain why, but ever since I learned how to draw like ruffles or wrinkles in fabric like that, I'm like, this is the best part. That one little line after you do everything else. Okay, the shirt is all done. So now just pants, shoes. Okay, so the pants are coming around, and then there's got some wrinkles down by the knees. And then they're pretty puffy pants, which makes sense for a martial artist because you don't want your legs restricted. Okay. And just got one little line right there. Okay, good. And then I'll just finish up. There's a cuff that you can see that's a different color. And then just a little wrinkle right here where the ankle is bending, and otherwise it's just a very simple shoe like this. Yay, so close to done. The only thing is this back leg. So it's gonna, mine is gonna have to be a little different because I drew it at slightly different angle, I guess. Or the relative locations of everything is slightly different. Okay, and then the same thing, you can see a little wrinkle right there where the ankle is bending a little bit. And then the shoe, and it goes up and around the back of the heel. And then it comes out a little bit to show that the shoe is not like paper thin. It's thicker than the foot. There. Woo! Oh, but we're not done yet. Alright, for one, a little bit more work on this hand to add details like the fingernails and stuff like that. Okay, good. Yep. There. And this pole weapon. So I'll just I'll eyeball it. Wait. There's these little loops on it, but I think I still need to draw the straight parts. Otherwise it won't match if I don't draw these straight parts with this ruler too. And it goes out a little farther past his, the end of his ponytail. Boop. There. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm done with the ruler now. Just eyeball a circle. And then it's got like a little ring there, and then a little ring a little bit lower, and then that ring on the bottom that I already drew. So then the same thing over here. So, but we gotta draw them in the opposite direction because the rings are now overlapping the ball instead of vice versa. If you draw the ball first, it won't seem like it's the correct order based on the perspective. This is pointing slightly more toward the viewer than this one. Yay! Okay. So, done with 03. Is this the 01? No, this is the one I still need to use. I'm going to set these up here because I'm done with them. Next, oh, what am I going to do next? I've got 3 colors to use, plus this really thick ink, and there's still this 05. Oh, I know. I'm going to use the ink to do my favorite thing, which is put a thick line around everything. How am I going to do this? Because I'm definitely, with a dip pen, you definitely need to move the book around. So I gotta make some room. Because the dip pen basically always needs to move from this direction, from up to down. Because if you try to do sideways too much, it just rips the paper and the ink doesn't come off evenly. So it just always needs to be up to down. So you always gotta be able to move your picture around. So I'm gonna have to move this stuff way off. Alright, so I'm going to do my favorite thick line around the outside. There's some environmental lines I want to draw eventually, but I'm just going to start with this. You can get away with a little bit of just turning the pen using your hand too, so you don't have to move the drawing like for every single slight difference in the angle of the line. But like this one is like way off to the side, so I really need to just move the book for that one. Getting there. Ooh, awesome. Exie says, I really love the details on the hair. Yeah, this character design is very, I don't know, like I was saying, like this seems like a character who really cares about their appearance. Because this hairstyle is so cool. Like it's got all of this texture and like little bits, like perfect little bits hanging out here and there, and then it's got like this awesome bun on the back, and then a braid is coming out of it as well. Like I like this kind of hair too. I hope that when I am on the cruise part of my vacation, a couple times I'm gonna get my hair done at the salon on the cruise ship, and I hope they can do something cool like this, because I've got long hair, so I feel like I have a lot of potential hairstyles. Hopefully they know some cool braiding techniques that they can do that I can't do on my own. And even if it's just like a French braid or something, like I can't do that at all, because my hair is not only too long for me to do it, but it's also curly, so it, even when I braid normally, it gets so tangled and I have to keep untangling it as I braid. So yeah, it would be cool to get a style like this big fancy. It looks like this guy's hair is even longer than my hair, because it seems like it's like in a bun and then there's still this long tail coming out. I bet it will be like one of those cool kung fu movies, and he like uses his hair as a weapon sometimes or something. Can imagine it, like whipping it around, whipping it in a way that it like wraps itself around something, and I think I've seen that before. I think that's why I'm thinking that, because I've seen it. Alright, there's one little line here. Boop. There, the outline bit is done. So I'll wipe this off for now, because what I thought I would do, because I have not used the 05 yet, is use the 05 to sort of connect these thick dip pen lines with the fine liner ones that are much smaller, so that there's a sort of not a gradation, so that they taper off nicely, so that there's not a really harsh difference between them. So let's see if I got all the ink off, or at least enough of the ink. I do have pen cleaner that I use after I'm done as well, but right in the middle of a thing, just wipe it off good. Okay. Yeah, and I guess another thing I'm using the 05 for, now that I've actually started, is to help things look like they're in front of other things. So like this shoulder is way in front of this, but it just is all kind of grouped together. So hopefully by adding a little extra emphasis, it will make it seem less crowded, or give it a sense of the depth. Oh yeah. Let's show that this flying bit of the coat is in front of this pole, and that the hand is on top of it. I think that's pretty good though. Maybe a little bit more right here. Showing the coat being in front of the, of course once I ink in the pant legs, then that'll really, or color in. I was thinking that even though in this reference the pants and the shoes and the pole are all pretty much black, I've got 3 different colors of markers to use here, so I thought that I would use these marker colors. But something else that I just realized I was trying to remember to add is these like action lines and like this little dirt flying up. So I'll do that with this 05 as well. I'm not going to use a ruler, I'll just eyeball these ones as well. And this is great practice for me too, because whenever I've tried to use these kind of action lines, I don't have very much experience, and so I tend to overdo it. Like just put way too many, and it's like, oh, that's too much, but I did it in ink, so it's kind of like, that's how it is now. Can't take it back. So this is nice because I can see what it is, and then I can actually physically do it, and then that helps cement it in my brain so that next time I try without a reference, I'll have more experience and more likely to make a decision that doesn't look awkward when I'm done. Alright, that's pretty good for that one. Let's do this one. It's got some like little explosions coming out, like I guess indicating that little stones are flying up or something. And yeah, it even has like a little circle, a few circles here, like dirt is flying up. And here it's got like a little whoosh on the ground, and over here too. I'm not doing as much as the reference has. I think that it's fine to just do what I'm doing. I don't have to do the whole thing. Okay, and then finally this shoe. It's actually coming at a slightly different angle than the other ones. Stuff flying up. Both flying up like really sharply and then just billowing up like smoke or dust. Now that's pretty good. I think that adds a lot of dynamism to it as well. I'll get these back on the screen so that we can see what we've used. Boop. Sort of. I mean, they're behind my banner, but Okay, so now it's just these colors. Since this was the most bold of the 3 colors, I think I'll use this for the pants and the shoes. And then I guess, yeah, I'll use them on this too. On this pole as well. So, let's see. I will use the big chisel tip for the pants because it's such a big area. And since it bleeds through, I might have to skip the next page next time I use this sketchbook. Because this bleeds like crazy. Yeah. It might end up getting on this page by the time I'm done. Which is fine because it's a sketchbook, so that's the whole point, is just to mess around, but... There's one leg, other leg. Oop, it's a lot smaller. A lot less space. I use the little teeny tiny tip of the chisel. Is that? Yes, that is pants and not shirt. What time is it? Oh, I'm a few minutes over. No wonder I'm starting to get so hungry. But I'm almost done. Just add a little color. So I'm going to bring this color out energetically to like show like, ah, he's moving so fast that the shoe is blurry. So that's what I'm doing with these shoes here. It's like an after image or whatever. Okay, there, he's got his pants on. Oh, there's one little line that I missed right there. There. And it's so cool because coloring in, even though you can still see those little 01 and 03 size lines that I drew, they really disappear when you look at the thing as a whole. Okay, so I guess what I'll do is there is... Oh, no. Oh, I've got an idea. So some of this stuff, so let me show you what I'm looking at. It seems like there's 3 tones other than white in here. There's black, and that's like in this pole, the pants, the shoes, and then I just realized that it almost looks like these little details on his shirt and his earrings are the same kind of either black or very dark gray. So I'm going to bring that color in here, and then that way it'll tie his accessories in with his pants as well. But the trim on his jacket seems like a sort of middle tone, and then his hair seems like a light tone. So I will use this as the... Oh, wait. No, I like characters having bright hair. So I'm going to use this one as the trim on the jacket. Ah, but it's so close. No, I'm going to change my mind. His hair is going to be this one. The trim on the jacket is going to be this orange. Maybe it won't be that great. We'll see. This is all about experimenting and figuring stuff out. So we're going to find out. What I realized was if I put these colors right next to each other, because right here there's a little white border or like a little white space in between. Might not look like it's 2 different colors. Might look too similar and they just sort of fade into each other. I don't really want that. I want it to look like 3 different colors. So that's why I'm putting this distinctly different one in the middle. I don't think I'm going to use the brush though. Oh! It pulled the ink in. I gotta be careful. These markers are not ink proof, or the ink is not marker proof, I guess. Not at least with these ones compared to the iron lac one. It was, maybe this is alcohol based, and this doesn't say. I don't know if it's water based, but maybe that would be why. So the alcohol based one did not smear the ink, but if this one is water based, then maybe that would explain why, because I'm pretty sure the ink was water-based too. Ah, yikes. I'm trying not to touch the ink, but I keep doing it. All part of the learning process. So now I know, don't use mild liners with water-based ink. Or at least not water-based dip pen ink. Because it doesn't seem to be having a problem with the fine liners. But that could be because they have a different formulation of ink too, I don't know. Oh, cool, cool. Exie says, I'm not sure if I asked before, but can you give me one word? I'm making daily designs, so I'll use it tomorrow. Oh, yay! Exciting! What word should it be? What's a word I like? Because I think is it the designs that you're doing on Instagram? Because I think I saw those before, so I would want to pick something really good. Oh. I feel like something is surfacing. I'm thinking. Ooh! One of my favorite words to use is unbelievable. That would be cool if you could make if it's what I'm thinking of, make a cool image with unbelievable on it. I don't know when that became one of my favorite words, but it is. Oops, I picked the wrong end. I just want this bullet tip. I realized that the cuffs are so this really brings the outfit together because there's a little bit of this dark brown up on the shirt and then there's a little bit of this, what was this? Vermilion on the cuffs of the pants. So that's nice. Yeah, these colors go so nice together. I am so lucky that I got such a good selection. I'm going to make his eyes this orange color too. Oh, and I didn't do his weapon. Oh, you're welcome. I'm excited to see it. I don't look on Instagram, but maybe like message me or something because I would love to see what you do with it. I used to have Instagram, but it was too much. There was too many different social media things, and I can't keep up with them. So I was like, okay, Instagram is the one that goes. Because I was getting more... So I like Twitter because I can post on it's from my Switch. Post stuff on there. I mean, I know I can post to Facebook too, but I gotta say, I hate Facebook. So I don't want to post on Facebook. I want to post on Twitter. And then, even though I hate Facebook, it's kind of a necessary evil because as far as my art goes, I get a lot of interaction there. So I definitely want to keep in touch with everybody there about my art. But so I was like, sorry, Instagram, you gotta go. Had to pick one. And I used to have Tumblr and what else? Pinterest. And then I have LinkedIn too, which is like professional networking. So that's like a third. And then I have DeviantArt, so that's specifically for art. YouTube, Twitch. So I still have like so many things. So anyway. Oh, good. Yay. Thank you. Exie says, this one I do on Instagram, but I'll post it on Twitter for you to see tomorrow. Hooray! Thank you very much for, what is the word? For, going out of your way for me. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know that it's hard because everybody has their preferred places. A bunch of the people that I met on the Inktober retreat last year, they're like, you don't have Instagram? And so they just don't interact with me because they like Instagram. And it's like, that's okay. I don't think that everybody has to have everything and not everybody has to be the same. But it does suck sometimes when you miss out. But there is so much stuff in the world that if you operate from the point of I don't want to miss out, then you'll just always be scrambling to catch up instead of just like enjoying your life. So it's important to have a balance. It's taking me a lot longer than usual, but I am really liking this pose. Like, this guy is so fun. And these materials that I got this time are so fun. Oh, I tried to pull the cap off, but I pulled the other cap off. I wanted to get this one off. There. Okay, I'm done. Yay! I've been signing some of these and not signing other ones, but I'll sign this one. It's the last one. Let's put my little mark and the year, 2023. Woohoo! I'll hold it up. 15 minutes late. 16 minutes late. But, thank you, camera. Yay, I love it when my camera does stuff on its own. I don't have to press the button. Oh, Exy says, looking amazing. Thank you. Yay, all done practicing out of this book. For now, maybe someday in the future, years in the future, after I finish all the other ones, I'll come back and practice some more. But I think, oh look, I missed a cuff. I'll get that in a second. Let's see. Well, it's not focusing again. It was doing so good. Okay, I gotta do this cuff real quick. Oh look, I am going to use, because the cuff is so big, I'm going to use the brush side. There, fixed it. Oh, so it's good that I hold it up so then I can see. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Exy says, congratulations for completing the book. Yay. Yeah, so like, anybody watching now or watching the recording later, this is the book that I just finished, the How to Draw a Manga Character Pose Collection #1. From the Manga University publisher. It's really good if you just want to practice some poses and get some ideas and little fun tips, then I think it's worth it. I didn't think it cost very much either. $15 US. That's not bad. Oh, okay. Well then, that's it for today. The last lucky dip of March, because I'm going on vacation starting next week. I will be back on Friday, though, for Chibi Friday. It would be sweet if I could finish my Chibi Chappy, because now we're to the coloring stage. So there are, I feel like there's a pretty good chance that I could also finish Chibi Chappy and then go on to vacation with no unfinished live stream projects. That would be cool. Oh, you're welcome. Exy says, thank you for the stream. See you on Friday. Yay! Looking forward to seeing you then. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching.